Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Apple and Onion's house from the show Apple and Onion. If you enjoy this tutorial, all I ask is that you please hit that like button, and if you make it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. Without any further ado, let's get started. So before we begin, I can tell you that you will need every single one of these materials that are now on the screen right now. Please make sure that you have access to every single one of these. You will need every single one, and you should be able to see the amounts as well. And not only that, you will need about a 24 block by a 27 block space to actually make the house itself. So please make sure that you have enough room. I'd highly recommend making this grid. It does make things a lot easier. Pause the video if you have to. Do make sure that you have all of those things accounted for, and once you do, we can begin. So first up, if you've made this grid in your world, you want to come to the front left hand corner of the grid. You then want to count to the right by 1, 2, 3, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where we're going to be starting. We're going to start off with a row of 7 light grey concrete to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Followed by 4 block of quartz. And then 7 additional light grey. Just like that. Now, that row of block of quartz is quite important, as we want to do a few things with it. Number 1, extend it 1 row upwards. I then want you to take the 2 middle blocks and place 2 rows of green concrete on top. Place glass on top of those. Raise up the sides of block of quartz until they are equal in height to the glass. I then want you to place a row of upside down quartz stairs above the entire doorway, left to right on top of the quartz blocks. You can then even place a row of light grey concrete on top. And as a matter of fact, you can even extend that light grey concrete left and right to equal the current width of the building. Like this. We then want to, underneath the doorway area, extend out the 2 middle blocks at the base of the door, place quartz stairs on top of them, and also in front. Place block of quartz left and right of these stairs, including a block in the corner, like this. There we have made quite a nice doorway area. Move to the left now. We have a few details to add. So on the left side of the building, I want you to place on top of this light grey concrete a terracotta. Go right by 2. 1, 2. Place an upside down quartz stairs block on top of the terracotta. It's difficult to do without other blocks. Extend that to the right by 1 and place 2 glass on top of each stair. Take the upper right glass and place a terracotta to the right of it. Follow it using a light stained glass pane, and you'll have this. Next, we want to fill in the remaining area in between the doorway, coming up between the 2 rows of light grey concrete. All of these want to be filled in using terracotta. Like this. We will be adding a lot of details later on. I mean, a lot of details. What makes this building cool is the fact that there's lots of tiny little details on the outside of it, and it makes it a really cool build. But for now, we have to have a basic build. So, right now, once you have done this, you want to come up above the window that you made. You want to be on top of these 2 light grey concrete, equal to where the window is down below, and this is important because we want to, on top of these light grey, place terracotta. On top of that, we want to place upside down quartz stairs. On top of that, 2 rows of glass. 1, 2. And then 3 rows of terracotta. 1, 2, 3. And then another upside down quartz stairs row. 2 more rows of glass. 1, 2. 3 more rows of terracotta. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Upside down quartz stairs, like this, and then 2 more rows of glass. 1, 2. And I just want to show you this very quickly because I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I want to show you guys what we're making along the way. The entire idea is that above the light grey line, we have 4 sets of windows. So that is 3. And we want to add another row of 3 terracotta on top. 1, 2, 3. Upside down quartz stairs. 2 rows of glass. 1, 2. And then 4 rows of terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finish that off with a row of light grey concrete, ladies and gentlemen. So, in total, we want to have something which should look like this. Okay, now this is quite important because we want to take what we have here and we want to duplicate it 3 more times. And all we have to do is place 2 rows of terracotta directly to the right of everything that we've just made. 2 rows, and then copy what we have to the left of us. Meaning, once you have your 2 rows of separation, all you have to do is copy what we did previously. So all of the windows and all of the terracotta can easily be copied over like this. I say easily, glass pane is so difficult to work with. Can just be directly copied over. And we will want to do this 3 times in total, and you'll find that you will, in doing that, have a nice spread out set of windows. So I'll go through this once, and then we'll silently and quickly do the last 2 sets. But you can see what I'm doing here, right? It's basically just copying the same thing over and over and over again. You'll eventually hit the top of the build, as I almost have here, despite it being a little bit fiddly. Yeah, there we go. Despite it being fiddly, it is still very, very easy to do, and we'll be left with something that looks like this. So you can see the exact same thing, except we now have 2 sets of windows. And now we want to do the same thing 2 additional times, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to it. So in total, we will have something which should look like this. And you may notice the only thing that I have left to do is extend the terracotta across to the left and box the building in properly. So I'm just going to place the light grey at the top here in anticipation of the row of terracotta, and then we will be done with the base of the front of the building. And by base of the front of the building, I mean this is the building kind of like its simplest form. You can see the shape and all of that fun stuff. However, we do have a lot to do. So once you have reached this point for yourself, and I will have sped that little bit up, so you might have to pause. Once you've done that, we can move on. So throughout the front of the building, we have what appear to be fire escapes. The fire escapes are centered underneath each set of windows, and they start here using a row of light grey concrete, they extend right, and they end there. So that has to be added underneath every set of windows. However, we don't only just want to add 1 row of light grey, we want to add 2, And we also want to add stone slabs around that, like this. Just like that. And we want to do that underneath every set of windows. So there, we've done one. And then directly underneath this set of windows, we want to have the same thing. So you can see the position in which it starts in relation to the other windows, and you can see where it ends. You have 2 rows of light grey concrete like that, and you can see that you only have to do it about 4 times in total. Just like that. So now we have 4 fire escapes. But what do fire escapes need? They need some ladders. So we have to connect each one of these together. We'll start between the bottom pair. So what I want you to do, underneath the second platform, you destroy this corner block right there, right in the corner. You'll also have to destroy 2 or 3 in front of it. I think 2 is satisfactory. We'll have to see in a second. And right at the top, you want to place a sideways stone brick stairs. And then another coming down and down and down until you reach the previous platform, like this. You want to place upside down stone brick stairs underneath these so that you can walk in between the platforms. There's also going to be ladders too, and you also want to be able to walk up and down them. So 3 blocks it is. 3 blocks will allow you to walk in between each platform. And you want to do this 2 additional times. It's very simple. You just destroy this block. 1, 2, 3 in front of it, right? I don't think that's too many. And then we just simply place these stairs. Now, the stairs will never come into contact with each other. They start in the same place. You can see that you can clear them very easily. And we want to have the same thing. Yeah, that's the amount of stairs that you, that's the amount of space that you need. One more block and you'd hit your head. So that's how you will travel between all of the platforms. And as a matter of fact, depending on how you build the building, and I'll show you guys 2 little ways, you will be able to get up to the roof from the outside of the building, which is really cool. Otherwise, obviously, you'd have to climb up through the actual building itself, which is fine and dandy and everything, but it's not quite as cool as you guys get the idea. Anyway, now that we have done that, what I do also want to do is right at the top of the building, right, there's a set of double stairs that lead you up to, or a set of ladders that lead you up to the top of the building, like right at the top of the middle. Now this is where you get the choice on whether you want to go for accuracy or whether you actually want to be able to like climb up to the top. So if you like, you can just use a set of double regular ladders leading up to the top of the building, and this will allow you access to the top. You'll be able to climb all the way up and just directly on top of it, just like that. Or you can create a set of fake ladders in the same place, and all you would have to do for this, if you want to do this, it's up to you. You place upside down stone brick stairs on top of each other like this, right? This is what you would do there. And you just have back-to-back pairs of them together. It's quite tricky to do. Like this, you'd have back-to-back pairs of stairs together, and it looks like an actual ladder that you can climb up, but of course you can't. And once you get to the very top, you would place back-to-back regular stairs like that, and it actually looks like a ladder. It looks more like a ladder to me than this thing here, or at least it looks more like the actual ladder. But if it depends whether you want accuracy or whether you actually want to be able to climb the things. And I'm just giving you guys that choice. You can do one or the other. Completely up to you. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do before we develop more of the front of the building, because we could easily do that, I want to do the entire top of the building that I was talking about climbing up to. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to grab the light grey concrete, and we have to take one of the ends of the light grey concrete at the top of the building, and we have to extend it back by 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Just like that. We're going to extend it across the back of the build and connect it to the opposite side at the top. So we're going to form a nice big square like this. Well, not only do we want to form that nice big square, but we want to place a row of block of quartz that goes all the way around the top of the big square. Just like this. So one row higher, one row outwards, place a row of block of quartz that goes all the way around the top of the big square. Expands out the top of the building, and it makes it look more accurate, and makes it look a bit fancier too. Just like that. Okay. Around the building, we have to do this. It's quite a simple pattern to do, okay? So if you start on the top front left-hand corner of the block of quartz, you come underneath it, you want to leave a gap of 2, and then place an upside-down quartz stairs. So that's from every end. You leave a gap of 2, upside-down stairs. Gap of 2, upside-down stairs. Gap of 2, upside-down stairs. So on and so forth, coming across the entire front of the building, like that, underneath the quartz. And you continue it going around the building too, so like underneath here you leave gap 2 upside down, so on and so forth, until you have placed it around the edge of the entire building. And it will fit equally on all 4 sides, by the way, so you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. Gap of 2 starting from the end, and you leave a gap of 2 absolutely everywhere, and you will have a very nice little bit of decoration. Now that you have done that, again, it kind of depends on what sort of effect you want to have here. You might want to destroy these top 2 quartz blocks so you can climb up on top of the building, otherwise you won't be able to get up here, and this will lead you on the roof. Now, what are you going to do on the roof? So, on the roof, we're going to fill in the top of it. We're actually going to fill the top of it in using stone slabs. This is quite a lengthy process. The stone slabs have to be placed in between the row of light grey concrete. Like that. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add a row of light grey concrete on top of the row of light grey concrete that I have going around the top of the roof. This is just to make it look a little bit nicer here. There we go. And in doing that, we can even place an additional row of ladders up there, just so that you can kind of climb up and to the top. But just for the sake of the look of it, we're just going to have block of quartz like that. So you can remove or you can keep them, it's up to you. But I don't actually want to be able to climb up to the top. But you might, depending on whether you want to use the building for your cities and you actually want to explore it and stuff. So up top here, we need a completely different material set. I'm going to grab it from my inventory. These materials that I have in my hotbar, and quite a few others that I'm going to be grabbing, are what we will need to actually make the roof itself. So you might have to pause it for a second and make sure that you have all of these ready in your hotbar as well. Okay, so continuing on, I want you to come to the very back left-hand corner of the roof. From this stone slab, you want to leave a gap of 4. That's important. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a row of 4 left alone. On this 5th block, 8 yellow concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2 rows on top. Like that. And then we're going to extend the left side forwards by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's quite a long building. And we are going to extend every yellow block. We're going to do the same on the right side as well. We want to extend the entire right wall forwards by 2 rows in total. Smash. So right in the middle here, I'm going to have a doorway. So the doorway, it's actually going to be set 1 row backwards right in the middle, these 2 blocks. I'm going to have a double block of quartz row, so a 2x2 square row of quartz. I also want to have a window. The window is on this right side, coming directly from the middle to the left. It's just a glass. And we want to fill in the rest of the space using yellow concrete. So we want to fill in above the doorway, we want to have that window, all that fun stuff, just like that. Left of the door, in front of it, we want to have an orange concrete, which symbolizes a basketball. We also want to have a basketball hoop, so we want to have a back-to-back set of quartz stairs up in the top left corner of the front of the building. And we also can dump our yellow concrete, and we want to place a row of quartz slab underneath it just to make it a bit more apparent. We want to place green concrete on top of the building, going all the way around on top of it, around the yellow, like this. This is the roof of the building. And then we want to fill in the middle of the building too, using the green concrete. Like that. And then we want to extend the green concrete forwards one row, and we'll even extend it backwards one row also. There are a couple of things on the roof. Number one, come to the top front left corner of the roof, move back 1, 2. Have a double cobblestone wall on top. We then, leaving a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, we want to have on top of this fourth block a stone brick stair, extend it right to, and place a row behind it like this. So we have like a back-to-back row of stone brick stair. And just coming back outwards diagonally from those stairs, we're going to have a cobblestone wall with a grey concrete on top. And that pretty much finishes the little details for the little mini build up at the top here. There's also a tire to the left of the building, so somewhere along the side, all you want to place is grey concrete and you want to extend it like this. You want to basically create like this sort of shape right here, and that's just supposed to look like a tire. Maybe if you place like a stair in the middle of it, maybe it looks a little bit more like a tire. I don't know about that one though. So now that you've done that, we also have a couple of what seem to be, they're just chairs pretty much. They're right in front of the right side of the build. And all you have to do is place a quartz stair like that, just towards the front right of the build. And all we have to grab, it's so simple, the rest of these materials, oak fence, terracotta. You also have to grab both of these carpets here. And you will also have to grab a concrete block, either a green concrete or I'm going to use a lime concrete for this part. And we want to place a blue carpet in front of the left, yellow carpet in front of the right, and then on the front left-hand corner of the roof, coming inwards diagonally, terracotta, oak fence, lime concrete on top. And that's pretty much all the detail that you have to add to the roof area of the build. That's all you have to do. And once you've done that, I mean, it will make a really nice effect to the top of your building. You won't be able to see it because the building's so huge, but it does make a really, really nice top part of the building, especially when you can actually see it. It's a cool little hideaway up at the top. But in doing that, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done. We've got a lot of details to add left. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to clear my inventory and I'm going to grab the stuff we're going to be using. Okay, so these are the materials that we are going to be using for this next part. Again, pause the video if necessary, make sure that you got them all sorted, and then we can begin. So the first thing that we have to do, hanging off of the top of the building, specifically from this quartz block right here, is a lamp of some sort. So we're going to place about just about 2 iron bars coming down, and then we're going to hang maybe three iron bars, and then we're going to hang a redstone lamp off the front of the building like that. We also want to add a row of iron bars around the top fire escape. There's actually no details up here on the top fire escape other than that. Moving down a fire escape, we want to add a row of iron bars going all the way around. Coming inwards from the front right corner, we want to place 2 oak fence on top of each other. We want to place a quartz slab. And we want to place a row of quartz slabs going all the way around the top of the second oak fence, like this. And the reason for that is we want to place a row of pink beds going all the way around, connecting together like this. You destroy the guiding quartz slab blocks, you don't destroy that one in the middle, and that is just an umbrella or a parasol that somebody has left on the fire escape. We also have some hanging towels off of the side of the fire escape. So starting here on the front left side, you come in one and you place in this order green, yellow, red. I don't know whether it's supposed to be like a little nod to Italy or what or not, but it's part of the building. As we come down another fire escape, we want to once again place iron bars around the fire escape. We want to place a oak wood plank in the corner of the fire escape, and what we also want to do is we want to place a fern or a flower pot with a fern inside of it like that for the fire escape too. And just right of this fire escape in particular, we're going to need the yellow banners, and we're going to place 2 yellow banners underneath the window right of that fire escape. Easy, easy, easy. We then also want to grab the iron bars back again, and I'm going to grab the ladders too. And I'm going to place iron bars around the fire escape just below like this. And I'm also going to make a small hole here in the fire escape, right here. And I want to have a row of ladders leading up just down below, up into that hole. So you guys can actually see where we've planted the ladders. We could, in theory, if we wanted to, climb all the way from the bottom of the building all the way up to the top. The only thing stopping us at the moment are those quartz blocks at the top, but you can see we've added a cool amount of detail to the build, and it really does make a lot of difference in my opinion. So next, what do we want to do? I'll tell you what, once again, I'm gonna grab a whole set of new materials, and then we can move on to the next part, ladies and gentlemen. So these are the materials that we are going to be using. We are going to need a few more as well. It's quite a complicated build. Make sure that you've got all of these in your inventory, and then we can crack on. So, a lot of these we don't even need too many of, but the buttons, for instance, are only going to go on the door. The upper half of the door is just so to give the appearance that you can go in and out of it. That's all you need those for, on top of the green concrete. We have to create an area here to the left of the of where we would walk out. So we want to elongate the set of stairs that we have. We want to place block of quartz extending them forwards. We even want to place quartz in the ground where we have extended them. And we want to take the end of the left side and extend it left by 1, 2. Leave a gap of 3 and place a quartz block. Connect it to the wall. Place 2 green concrete to the right. Oak trapdoors on top. Place lime concrete behind this side of the quartz block. And that is that little area complete. Just to the right over here, there's quite a lot going on. Number 1, we have an oak wood plank in front of the bottom corner of the building. Flower pot on top. And then underneath this area here where we have the light grey area, we want to have a row of 2 light grey concrete coming out of the wall. Iron bar underneath the right side. Towards the left here, we want to have an iron bar coming out of the top right corner of the door with a light grey concrete to the right of it. And that is actually all we need of those materials. As a matter of fact, what we're going to be using next, we'll need signs, we'll need paintings. We're even going to need a little bit of light blue concrete. That's pretty much all we'll be needing for this part of the wall. So, there is a double sign to the right of the middle of the door. So, by double sign, I mean here. And I've just chucked my sign away. Come back. And here. Now, there is a specific set of paintings as well to the right. But there's also a light blue concrete underneath the right sign. So, directly to the right of this sign, we want to have a single painting. And all it is the yellow single painting. So just the 1 block painting, it's the yellow one, not that one, that one. Kind of looks like cacti. Now, underneath this area, like bottom right hand corner towards the other painting, bottom right hand corner from the original painting, we want to have another painting. It is literally that one that we wanted, the white one. And in the top right corner here, we want to have another painting. It's another single painting. It's kind of white and grey. Not that one, not that one, not that one, that one. Perfect. And that is the little bit of detail that we had left to do with that part of the building. And once you kind of like take scope of it, you realize it's really quite complicated. It's a cool building. So, what have we got left to do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite easy from this point onwards, but boring. We need to re-grab our terracotta. This is what we'll need. I'll grab it with you. Terracotta, light grey concrete. We need stone slabs and a quartz slabs. That's all we need. Now, what do we have to do, you might be wondering? Well, we have to add a row of quartz slabs in front of the top of the light grey concrete that we have at the bottom of the building. In front of the top specifically, I accidentally placed them on the bottom there. And that will wrap around the entire building once we get to it. That will go around the sides and it will wrap around the entire building. It will go completely around the sides. Inside of the grid area, I'm going to delete all of the floor space and replace it using stone slabs. So the entire floor. And I'm going to extend, you see the top of the building now, right? We basically want to have this. We want to have terracotta. This is what we want to have. All of the sides of the building, it wants to come down from the top. It wants to come down to the bottom. And we want to have the entire shape of the building, all of the materials come down and extend towards the ground, and it just wants to lock into place on the ground. You even want to have the quartz slab coming out the side too, and that wants to come down from the top, it wants to hit the bottom, and you want to be consistent throughout the building. So the terracotta, the light grey, and the quartz slabs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do that off recording. I'm going to replace the ground, I'm going to extend all the rest of the building down, and then we'll be done. It takes a while to do. Back in a moment. And this is what the building will look like once you have completely resurfaced the floor and you have also extended the side of the buildings down to create a nice solid building all the way around. And do notice that the quartz slabs also do go all the way around the building as well. Once you have completed those last two steps, we, ladies and gentlemen, are done. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. If you made it all the way to the end, if you're listening to me say this, please share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. And not only that, if you want to keep up to date with the channel, please subscribe, click the little bell, that ensures that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you want to check out anything else by me, and you can see that there's a massive variety in the world, check out the card system, the description below. The cartoon builds playlist is absolutely awesome. It's got so much cool stuff in there. Check that all out. And without any further ado, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all of you so much. Good.